Hello guys, in my previous video on NVIDIA, I told you that it is almost about to go down now, right? I think this is what is the almost, because if a stock gaps up, if a bearish stock gaps up, then that would be that would be a signal to short. Like in this case, it gapped up. It would seem like a um, breakaway gap, but as you can see, normally breakaway gaps runs uh, higher. This one though hesitated immediately after the breakaway candle, hesitated, and then even fell. So that means in the that means that soon it's going to fill this gap. And since it is bearish, after filling that gap, it's probably going to go down. So I think this is the chance now that I had been saying that um, for, I don't know, 3 videos or 2 videos already. I've been saying that NVIDIA is about to go down. And then last video I said that, oh, it's that about to go down is close at hand. And then this is, I think, the final straw that would bring it down. Because, this is not a breakaway gap. It's more like an exhaustion gap, except that it didn't even trend yet. So because breakaway gaps, we would have continued. Besides, it can't be a breakaway gap because this one is so bearish, um, like so. Long term, very long term, it's going down, and then in the short term, it's in the down leg of the going down. So broke a very interesting, just like this. Okay, oh, look at this, look at this. Before it really went down, look what it did. It gapped up so high. It gapped up. I didn't see this because I was looking into the day. Look, it gapped up so high, and then it went down, and there's the runaway gap, and it continued. Since there was a runaway gap, that means it's very strong. So boom, it broke support. Retested and failed, boom, long candles. And here it is again. And now this could be a repeat of this one over here. Gapped up and then, see the long wick? Okay, so it's like a shooting star. It's probably going to gap down again. I'm not saying it will, but it could, because this could be something like a shooting star. And then down, this is a good signal. This is a good bearish signal. So if you're watching this, you better prepare your shorts. You could maybe enter here when it opens again, somewhere when it opens, and put a stop here. Or if you entered, then you're lucky, because you when it opened and you notice it gapped up. Okay, it gapped up. I'm going to enter. Maybe you entered somewhere here. Okay, and then went up, and it's going to go down. This gap over here provided resistance. There you go. It provided resistance. So it failed to retest that, and it's going to fill this gap, and then um, that might be, of course, it might, after it hits here, it might go back again, something like that, because this is also strong support. So it might go back up here, or it might just boom, 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 and then break. Okay, so those are the possibilities. Those are the things that you would consider. If okay, so um, you couldn't have entered at the somewhere over here, because it didn't open. But even if you did, even if it opened here and it went up, it's still not a problem, because if you entered here, you would put a stop here. That's a very small risk, and it would hit your stop. You'd have a small loss, and then it goes up, and then you'd short it somewhere again over here when it breaks this, and then put a stop here, or at the stop at the highest, or this one is the safest because this one is safer because of this resistance line over here, then you'd still be fine. You'd still be, yeah, you had a small loss, but you'd have a big one, big gain over here. And that's what trading is. Trading is about having small losses and big gains. So, because you can never be right all the time. That's something that you have to keep in mind always. So, always minimize losses. So, this one that wouldn't have happened because it didn't open near here. If it opened here, I would have entered it and put a stop here. And then if it went up, then I'm stopped. I'm going to enter again when this candle showed that this trend isn't working, and then put a stop here again, and then down it's gonna go. Okay, so that's it. But since it entered above, then you won't be stopped. In fact, you could have entered here, or of course you can um, immediately enter. It's hard to time that unless you have an order method of entering at the open like that. So if you did it, you'd enter somewhere here, it's fine. If you entered when it's slowed, it's fine. If you entered short when it broke down this pattern over here, somewhere here, and then it broke, boom, and then you entered at the next open, which is here, it's fine. And then you put your stops here or here. That's a good um, risk reward ratio. And you can, even if you entered here and then put your stops here, this is a, and you just want to exit at the closing of the gap, that's safe. But that's safe already, and you have a good let's say you entered here when this candle broke, when it broke, and you entered at the next candle, for example here. If you did that and then you place your stop somewhere here, and then you want to be safe, you just want to exit once the gap is filled. So let's say here, let's say you would like to consider this former resistance to be support, then that's 1 is to 2.8, that's almost 3. See, that's already good. And if you want to ride it until the next support, then that's huge. This is a very good thing. So that's it for Nvidia. It's still very bearish, and this one is a nice uh, signal. It had been, I had been expecting this to go down. It had been rolling sideways, and I was waiting. And when this candle came, I said, "Oh, it's close, it's close." And then maybe this is the one that really is going to bring it down, because if you look at it daily, it also did that thing over here. It gapped up over here, boom, and then went down. So maybe it's the same thing here. It gapped up over here, and then it went down. It began to go down in this candle. Even it didn't wait. Unlike here, it yeah, this one also went down in the candle. So this might be another. This might be another a replay of this one. So it might hit if we use a trend-based fib over here. Let's see where that would bring us in case it does a 1-to-1 pattern. Okay, so it's probably going to bring us at this level over here, which corresponds to this low. So that's it. That's what it might do. It's going to go to this level over here. This is the next target for Nvidia. At least because it could still go lower. Actually, this is the next target, I think. So that's it for Nvidia. This is becoming interesting. So watch out for it. Oh, it also, by the way, also did it here. It also gapped up and then it went down. Okay, after it gapped up, so it gapped up, went down. But this one, this going down, really broke trend line. And this one, could go to this level over here at around 113 or maybe lower. Okay, so that's it, guys. So hope you have a lovely trading. So see you again tomorrow, and trade it safe.